So we officially got Jiraiya's autism diagnosis on June 29th. He is level 2 autistic, nonverbal. They would like for us to start ABA therapy as soon as possible because they think that would be very beneficial for him. I spoke to his speech pathologist about it and the doctor as well. And they stated that there are services where they will come out to your house or you can drop him off. They suggested it's better to drop him off because he could, be required to do, extended hours, like up to, 30 hours a week. And having someone in our home for 30 hours a week, that's a lot. That's like a full-time job. So we started looking at places. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very nervous about dropping him off. Only because he's nonverbal. So he can't tell me if he's had a good day, if he's had a bad day, none of that. So that just makes me very nervous. But from the reviews that I saw from the places that we looked at, they all had really good reviews. A lot of people said that, their child went into ABA, not speaking, and they came out, saying more words than before and being able to express themselves, which, that's the main goal. We want him to, develop his skills and be able to be around his peers so that he can be, ready for school. They really want us to focus on him being around, his peers. Because as of right now, he really doesn't interact with others. He'll be around, but he doesn't actually interact. So that's one of the main goals that our speech pathologist wants us to focus on. And they also think that him being around other children his age and hearing him speak could, help with his growth and development. So that is where we are. We are also working on potty training, which has proven very difficult. It's it's difficult now trying to potty train a child, but to potty train a nonverbal autistic child is very difficult. So if you have any tips on how to do that, please send them my way. That would be greatly appreciated. All right. They also suggest, I believe, occupational therapy. So we do have a couple referrals for that. Of course, he's going to continue his speech that he has twice a month. We are also working on getting him a lot more sensory toys and items. That way he can stop biting erasers and Jenga blocks and clothes and anything else that he can find. I can only reorganize the house but so many times. We've moved so many things out of the way. But we need more things, that entertain him, that grab his attention. So that is something that we are looking towards. He is making a lot more sounds now. He's getting his voice. He now knows that he can, change his pitch and do different octaves. And sometimes he will literally just scream for no reason. Also, we are trying to get him on a better sleep schedule. He's on a pretty consistent schedule because he is not like when he is not a fan of change. But this little boy will just go. All right, he cannot have a nap. And it'll be 2 o'clock in the morning, and he will still be going. He's like the Energizer Bunny. It's like moving charges his battery. So we're very tired. Very tired. But overall, this process, it's a journey. It's been a learning experience. I'm learning to be patient. I am learning to see things from a different perspective. I am learning that there is more than one way to solve a problem. And the mind is absolutely beautiful. Like sometimes I just sit and watch him and I see how, he learns and how he takes in information. It is like absolutely amazing because although he is nonverbal, if he wants something, he's going to find a way to get it. All right. He'll lead us to it. He'll give it to us, but he will find a way. So like I said, we're learning and we're doing our best to, make sure that, his needs are being met without getting frustrated. Cause some days it's hard. Some days I want to cry. Some days I want to put my hair out. Some days are good. But it's definitely a journey. I think the initial shock, has worn off because, realizing that your child is autistic. I did cry a little bit, but that's because I just I know how the world is. Sometimes the world is not kind to people who are different. They are not kind to people who see the world differently, and I don't want him to be treated differently. I don't want that, but we're gonna get through it together. Us in our village, we are gonna get through it together. But yes, that is our update for now. We will see how ABA therapy goes and we are gonna take it from there, one step at a time, because that's all we can do. That is all we can do. So yeah, that is it for today. Peace, love, and happiness, y'all.